Hello and welcome. You have tuned into News Tonight with me, Linda Hercules. Let me take you through the top headlines of the day. Union Law Minister Salman Khurshid clarifies that his remarks on Rahul Gandhi were misinterpreted. Sangma takes a dig at Pranab Mukherjee again, says the Rashtrapati Bhavan is used as a dumping ground for the failed Pranab. DMK is set to review prevailing situation before deciding on party stand for the vice presidential elections. Gaura's ministers and MLAs push for making his close confidant Gobit Karjol as the Deputy Chief Minister. Transport Minister R. Ashoka also in fray. Delhi court cancels its bailable warrant against former Health Minister Anbumani Ramadas. Chief Minister Jayalalitha's vision for the visually challenged orders the distribution of magnifiers at the cost of 50 lakh rupees. News in detail. Union Law Minister Salman Khurshid has clarified his remarks to the Indian Express, where he appeared to be criticizing Rahul Gandhi and questioning the UPA's performance. With the opposition hitting out at the Congress, Mr. Khurshid said that his statement had been wrongly interpreted. According to Khurshid, he was talking about the need for a next generation of leadership in the Congress. Mr. Khurshid also hit out at the media, saying that issues from now on should be kept within the party and not shared.
समय पर निराशाजनक कोई हमको परिणाम कहीं देखने पड़े तो उससे हम टूटे नहीं हैं, उससे हमारा विश्वास और मजबूत हुआ है। और इस संदर्भ में मैंने ये कहा है कि आगे की चुनौतियों के लिए हमारी नई जनरेशन की लीडरशिप को वो चुनौतियों का सामना करने के लिए अपने आप को तैयार कर लेना होगा।
He reportedly told the Indian Express that until now we have only seen cameos of Rahul's thoughts and ideas. Rahul has not weaved all of this into a grand announcement. The fact is that he is undoubtedly and unquestionably the number 2 leader in the party. Yet he has not taken up the mantle or accepted a functional responsibility.
Obviously, every time that we reach out to you and we talk to you, there is for you a decision to make. Are you going to see that in a positive light or are you going to project it in a negative light? My urging to you and my request to you is, please read it in a positive context, because we are determined as a government led by our Prime Minister.
The opposition meanwhile has been making merry out of the situation, saying Khurshid unwittingly spoke the truth.
जो बातें देश के लोग पहले कह रहे थे, आज कांग्रेस के नेता और उनके महत्वपूर्ण मंत्री, कानून मंत्री उसको स्वीकार रहे हैं।
Mr. Salman Khurshid's statement is a direct hit and attack on Dr. Manmohan Singh's governance. Perhaps he is trying to shield the family from all the allegations and the unfortunate events that have led to the devaluation of the rupee, a devastating impact on the economy, a devastating impact on the security and the internal situation. So let all the blame go to Dr. Manmohan Singh and the family at 10 Janpath be shielded from all these allegations.
जो सच्चाई देश में और विदेश में आम लोगों की ज़बान पे चर्चा का विषय है, उस सच्चाई को कांग्रेस के नेताओं और कांग्रेस सरकार के मंत्रियों के द्वारा भी कहा जाना कोई आश्चर्यजनक बात नहीं है।
Unwittingly, I'm not sure whether he has exactly said this, but unwittingly he has spoken the truth. A truth which congressmen has been whispering to each other for quite some time, but Salman Khurshid has come out openly to say it, and I welcome it because of the directionlessness of the Congress party. The government, Manmohan Singh government UPA 2 is directionless, and as a result country is suffering, the country's economy is suffering, and somebody has to tell the bosses that what is the truth. Unfortunately, in Congress party, they tell their leader what the leader wants to hear. They don't tell the leader what really is the truth.
I am happy to see persons like Ms. Salman Khurshid understand the lack of ideology in Congress, or the ideology is totally different from its original Nehruvian ideological position.
If a minister, cabinet minister says, ये सरकार directionless है, economic reforms has gone down, slowed down, इतना criticism हो गया है, how Salman Khurshid is continuing to be a minister? Had I been Prime Minister, I would have sacked him immediately. He is not being sacked. Why? Because he is not speaking his own mind. He is speaking on somebody else's behalf, and everybody know. वो तो 10 जनपद बोल रहा है ना, वो समन कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है.
Moving on, in a last-minute hitch, the ruling BJP Legislative Party meeting to elect Jagdish Shettar as a Karnataka Chief Minister was delayed this morning, with outgoing Chief Minister Sadanand Gowda's camp setting forth 3 conditions for his resignation from the post. Ministers and MLAs loyal to Gowda are believed to be pushing for him.
कर्नाटक में हो चुका है.
The party state unit president
अभी
and his
आखिरी
close confidant Gobind Karjol, the deputy chief minister. Transport and Home Minister R. Ashoka is also said to be making a vigorous behind-the-scenes moves to become the deputy chief minister.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बहुत नाटक कर्नाटक में हो चुका है. अभी आखिरी दौर में एक और बड़ा नाटक करने जा रहा है. अभी कल परसों भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष ने मुख्यमंत्री का इस्तीफा ले लिया है. नया मुख्यमंत्री का नाम भी घोषित करने के बाद आज एक जो पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री है वो इस्तीफा देने के लिए इनकार कर रहा है. ये सब देखते हुए ये नाटक का नतीजा ये निकल रहा है. कर्नाटक तो ये लोग भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सरकार आने के बाद उसको भ्रष्ट राज्य तो बना दिया है. अभी इस पावर ट्रांसफर में पूरा देश और दुनिया में कर्नाटक को दिखा रहा है एक कास्ट स्टेट है करके.
On to news from the presidential polls, sharpening his attack on Pranab Mukherjee. BJP Bank presidential nominee P.A. Sangma said that the Rashtrapati Bhavan was being used as a dumping ground for the failed former finance minister. Mr. Sangma is contesting against Mr. Mukherjee in the presidential polls. Asked if he was confident of a victory, Mr. Sangma said that there were no ifs and that he will win. Adding that he has never lost an election in his life, he stated that his winning margin has always been increasing.
Who doesn't know? If the rupee is all-time low today, if the prices of commodities has gone up like never before, who is responsible? Is it not finance minister? It is the finance minister who is responsible. Prime Minister is saying it now himself. Then how Pranab Mukherjee is being promoted? Raisina Hill has become a dumping ground for the failures. Sharad Pawar is a very, very shrewd politician. And you know him better than me. I don't have to explain.
Moving on, DMK Chief Karunanidhi stated that his party would review the prevailing situation before deciding on recommending his party's stand on the candidature for the vice presidential elections. He was replying to a question whether the DMK would raise its voice suggesting a South Indian as a possible candidate for the polls in the wake of efforts being made to project a North Indian. For both presidential and vice presidential posts, candidates are not selected on regional basis, he said.
குடியரசுத் தலைவர் தேர்தலையும் துணைத் தலைவர் தேர்தலையும் தெற்க ஒருத்தன் வடக்கு ஒருத்தன் மேற்கு ஒருத்தன் கிழக்கு ஒருத்தன் அப்படின்னு இதுவரையிலும் பாகுபாடு பண்ணி ஆரம்பிக்கல. அந்தந்த நேரம் சூழ்நிலை இதற்கு ஏற்ப யார் யார் அதுக்கு பொருந்தவராக இருப்பார்களோ அவர்களை தேர்ந்தெடுக்க நாங்கள் அவ்வப்போது இப்படி பரிந்துரைகளை செய்திருக்கிறோம். அதை போல இப்பொழுதும் ஆராய்ந்து பரிந்துரைகளை செய்வோம்.
Moving on, a Delhi High Court cancelled its bailable warrant against former Health Minister Anbumani Ramadas after he appeared before it in a corruption case involving grant of alleged illegal permission by him to a medical college to admit students. The former minister faces prosecution for allegedly granting permission to the college, which had no sufficient faculty members or clinical infrastructure to run the course. State Youth Wing Secretary of the PMK, T. Arivuselvan, was killed in a road accident near Samayapuram on the Tiruchirappalli-Chennai National Highway early today. Police said that the car in which Mr. Arivuselvan was travelling collided head-on with the State Transport Corporation bus, which was proceeding to Chennai from Tenkasi when the accident occurred. Mr. Thiruvaselvan was rushed to the hospital when he succumbed to injuries. News from Puducherry, the 12-hour bandh called by the Action Committee against regional reservation in admissions to professional courses led by the PMK evoked good response in Puducherry. All shops and other business establishments remained closed and private buses were off the roads. A few auto rickshaws and three-wheeler passenger tempos were seen plying, while the Puducherry Road Transport Corporation buses and also the Tamil Nadu government buses were plying with police escort. All private schools had declared a holiday. In a bid to help visually challenged students to pursue education, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha ordered the distribution of magnifiers at a cost of 50 lakh rupees. 500 visually challenged boys and girls will be given these magnifiers to help them read books. These magnifiers can also be used on computers, laptops and televisions, proving to be much use to these students in pursuing their education. More news and updates on the other side of a very short break. Stay with us.